Hello and welcome to another Shorts. This is a collection of locations, although one of them is actually a game. It's just that I thought aesthetically it was so nice, and the concept itself was so nice and simple that I'd put it in with these. Otherwise I'd be waiting a long time to get another 4 games to make a short just with the games. So, you know, 4 environments, 1 game. But look at this. Look at the amount of workmanship that's gone into this. I spend a long time focusing on things like the walls, the idea of the overseer flying over, and that fire I thought was extremely well done. But that graffiti, look at that graffiti on the wall. The broken down buildings. Sort of like a village within a city, isn't it? I wasn't entirely sure whether I could go any further. I got to a point and I couldn't move any further. I always think, have I missed something? But I couldn't seem to find anything. I found there's a lovely little point where I look through a brick wall. It's such a lovely vantage point. I've seen that car before. Obviously reusing some assets from the community, which is great because as I said before, it's about how people put those assets together that makes them unique anyway. Look at that, a nice little peephole. I thought that was cool. I tried to use that as my thumb, but it wasn't quite clear enough, so I've changed my thumb to what I consider a very nice one at the end of this video. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely. A complete opposite. It's a complete opposite. We go from dereliction that's very detailed to dereliction which is suggested with angles and a little bit of litter and shadow. You'll see when we get there. That's why I've bookended them this way. But isn't this just fantastic? I love the rust. I love the colour. And that speaker constantly giving out orders and information. And this, I first came across this and I thought, well, that's alright. But then I started walking and I looked at those rocks and I thought, you know what, this is actually well put together. I wonder what's ahead. I thought probably cave system, and I saw these pillars and I was intrigued. I was really intrigued to see what was through here. I felt this was very Uncharted for some reason. This is the sort of thing you get in Uncharted, isn't it? You come through a narrow passageway and you're suddenly confronted with something beautiful. Usually nature overtaking civilization. The sign of a lost world. That's lovely imagery, isn't it? It works perfectly as well in every game that uses it. Because it's realistic, I suppose. It's how it would be. Nature always finds a way of taking back what has been taken from it. I tried to go off the beaten path just to see if I could find anything hidden. I always like to find... I do that in Uncharted games too, to see if they've hidden something that you have to go off the beaten path to find. But no, there wasn't anything. So I got back on the beaten path. And then we walked through... We've already walked through there. Clever use of a narrow passageway. And then we walked through here. And another clever use. We see this used in Tomb Raider games a lot, don't we? Nice swell of music. A build-up. Perfect. Two in the space of a few seconds. Well done, this person. You've played a lot of AAA games. You've been watching them closely. But yeah, this is wonderful. I like that character too, actually. It's very simple, but it works. It works quite nicely. I'm just constantly looking around for angles for sort of thumbnails. because I thought this would make a great thumbnail, and in the end I went for something different. Nice, just nice. Sense of scale, sense of wonder. Nice colour palette again, look. I'm always going about the colour, but look at the green on his jacket. Mirrors the green of the leaves. Your eye is taken by the structures and the construction of the level. Your eye isn't sent in all directions because it's got to take in too much geometry and too many colours. The image isn't flattened because of that. It's great. This is fantastic, this. I do hope the creator continues with it. I don't know really where it's going, whether it's just a set piece. That water I thought was well done too. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, that some of this is Beavis's assets. And I'll say it now because I was going to do it myself and I'm not going to get round with it. But combining the Beavis assets with the Artio assets would produce some pretty stunning locations. Get on it, folks. Those two together would combine perfectly. I was going to do it myself, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get time anymore. I get excited. I go through and I find yet another PSN worthy title or something that deserves my attention immediately, and I have to take footage of it. Then I have to go look at the creator and follow the creator. This is beautiful work. Beautiful. I like the hands in the pockets, or tucked down the trousers side, down the sides of the trousers. I like that. The sense of this person, this character you're controlling, is looking around as well. Is also in awe. And this is the game I spoke of. I would like to see a different character used. It works, sort of. But this I thought was very nice. Very simple, but a nice concept. I enjoyed playing this. Especially when you've got pieces mixing out the wall like that. You see how it just makes it less... It would look quite plain, wouldn't it, without these pieces missing out? That throws shadow into the spaces. And it creates that, like a texture. A sense of a bigger space. It's excellent. I love this. I play a large slice of this. Well, I finish it. I do like that camera switching, and that hint of purple, whether that's deliberate or not, I do not know. I think it is, because we've got purples in the actual scene. It's just when it's angled, it appears to be a brighter purple. That works really well. Like I said, whether that's deliberate or not, I don't know. If it was, great bit of thinking. Oops. Yes. I didn't notice the platform had moved. I'm too busy looking around the levels to notice these things. Yeah, you see that cube turning as the angle changes. You see it get the purples change too with the lighting. And a teleport, which I thought worked really well. I can't understand why people aren't using teleport instead of the automatic death. By using teleport as a death, then you won't have any sound of the imp possession, will you? That's what I'm going to do if I ever get round to it. I'm going to use teleport to kill my character, so you'll never ever have the imp been possessing the character. You'll just get teleported, and that'll be seen as a death. When it's instant, you don't see it happen. And this by noidwolf. I like this creator. I don't know where he's going with this, and I have seen a slightly updated version since I took this footage. You know, because I collect the footage ahead of time, obviously, until I've got 5, I think, are worthy of going into a short. Then I'll splice them together in the order I think is most interesting, and then put the voice in over afterwards. I think this has been updated. I don't know to what degree. I can't really tell. I just like the light. Light is so important, isn't it? I like that wall as well. I like the way it doesn't come right down. It's very stylish, very modern. And that suggestion of a city beyond the wall, look, isn't that just fantastic? They use that in Uncharted a lot as well. There's lots of situations in The Last of Us that created the idea that it wasn't so linear by having the buildings beyond the confines of the limitation. You get the sense he was walking through a huge environment, even though sometimes you was very limited where you could go. It's a great idea, and this uses it to great effect. Look, they're very simple shapes, aren't they? But they work. Especially here, look, with the lights. And you see how it's not the fog that's creating that depth. It's the colour of the building that's creating that depth, not the fog. I think that's where people need to be going, because the fog doesn't work. It comes through the foreground and ruins the clarity of the images in the foreground, especially in indoor scenes or darker scenes. I wanted to get in here. Oh, I really did want to get in here. I wanted to walk and have a look at those cars up close, and then walk through and see if there's any other stuff back there. Hopefully that will be open at some point. We can stroll in there. I do now include updated levels, but obviously I'm not going to just include tiny updates. I'm waiting for one to be updated now, and when that's updated I'll be doing another update video of that. But it'll be a while, because it needs to be at least 2.5 times bigger than it was originally when I first showed it. And then we move on to the last one, which for me, out of everything we've just seen, is my favourite. I saved it to last for that reason. Just look at the lighting. Look how he's used. Look how the lighting is shining on that wall and creating patterns on the floor. It's not. I don't know how he's done that. Or she's done that. Because there's no hint of a fog in that lighting. I think it's just letting natural light create those angles. Look at that, that's like art, isn't it? This is all being put together very meticulously. You can tell. Just the squares and the angles and the greys and the blacks and the whites. I love this. And I want to see where it goes. I love the steps, the way they build up as well, look. Cool. A little bit Portal-esque, I thought. But I think it's got its own identity too. And there's that door theme again. There's a door. You want to know what's through the door. I fell through because I didn't realise I couldn't walk on it. Silly me. But this is magnificent. I love this, and I want to see where this goes. I took a good look at that because I like, you see, things beyond your reach, but still there. Create a sense of space that just an isolated space can't. You get the impression that there's a mechanism going on behind those walls, that the world just doesn't end at those walls. And this, I'm assuming, because you push those walls back, that this is where the level will progress. I do like that little touch as well, with the tile falling off. I thought that was nice, but I wasn't sure whether I'd missed something. Maybe I did. If the creator is watching this and I missed something, let me know, because I would like to go back through this and find more. I just look at this for ages. Look at those shapes. See, I tried to find something that maybe I should push, and I couldn't find anything. I struggled to get a thumb, because I took about 10 pictures because every one of them was good. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to pick, and in the end I picked one that I thought represented the entire level. It's only small. I'll just take a long look at it because I find it fascinating. I just look at that. Look at that. I mean, the way it looks like we've got this painted look on the wall. The sense of a leak or unfinished paintwork. And the light. Again with the light and the colour coordination. It's amazing. So, that's come to an end of this one, so I will say fairly well, toodle pip, au revoir, and all that good stuff. See you everyone, thanks for watching.